their mind. Just need to hold out for 5 days against the Otto freaks. They are flanking the heck out of us, unfortunately. And they have the hilly advantage. And they're Ottomans as well. Come on, Brits. Save me from myself. Oh god, Ottoman reinforcements. I need my front line to hold for a few days. It's not holding, it's breaking. But so are the Ottomans. The Ottoman reinforcements are in, so are the British. This will be a big battle to lose if I do lose, and the Venetians are coming in with more. Come on, we need your all. Our lines are crumbling, the Venetian reinforcements are in, and more are coming. Okay, I think we got this if there are no more surprise reinforcements coming in. Good grief, what a tight battle. If we didn't have our military tech 15, we don't get the reinforcements. And Genoa's rising up. It's all going on for us. However, that's a big battle to win. Would have been an even bigger one to lose. Look at that 7 war score. That's very nice. Not enough to turn the war around, but now we're getting ticking war score. And now I'm in a 16,000 deficit of manpower. That's going to get worse and worse. Auto rolling 9 near the end. Yeah, too little, too late for them. I need an ability to chip in with some extra manpower. I hope they don't mind too much. Thank you kindly. They do mind a little bit. I could tell them to go on a diet. And I do really need the boons from them right now. I don't have anything reducing this, right? Alright, I'll call a... There we go, I need that manpower recovery speed at the moment. That should have sent enough forces packing that I can happily pull out Handyman CN win. Otherwise, this should be okay. Just get back to where you came from. Go home, Otto scum. It's going really, really bad for the Castilians. But if I grab Treviso, it'll be a nice hilly boon for us instead of for the enemy. And that was really nice of the British to come in and help out. Did not expect that. Otherwise, that just would have been down the toilet for me. Let's go and grab these guys so they're not doing anything too nasty. Also, it's a nice opportunity to win a quick battle. It's not going to add a lot to the war score, but it does add a tiny shred. We'll go back to Proma. Proma's a cool place, and I love the fact that we have these 20,000 Ottomans stuck there. It means that I could go and ambush them if I want a nice extra big chunk of war score, and I kind of do. Once I take Treviso, it would be a prudent idea to go and crush those Ottomen. Come on, Treviso, time to fall. This is hurting. Game does not like me having professionalism, because I normally poo-poo the very idea. Okay, you're going to go for my rebels? Because that would be really nice. You are heading to Lucca after all. And how is Castile even still in this war? Normally the AI at this point would just be phoning it in, saying, dear God, let it end. Oh, thank you very much, Britain. I do appreciate that more than you might imagine. Good. Russia like me quite a bit more. I want that mountainous fort off of Savoy, so I'm claiming that. And what do I want off of Milan? It's all good land. Like, it is really all good land. I already have Manly Mantua. I think I want Verona. Good to get our Casus Belli. I'll keep the fabrications going. There's no real cost in doing so. Otherwise, let's just keep the good fight going. Goodness, Castile, you're a walking disappointment. It's funny, the Brits are having trouble with my rebels, because my rebels have my superior military tech 15. Thankfully, the Ottomans still don't, but the moment they do, those battles are going to be mucho bad news for me. Let's pull back a bit, get the full reinforcements from our own land. If Venice want to pop out and try to retake Treviso, which they do, then I call that the free war score move. He's locked in there. I should lock myself in too. I'm going to consolidate my regiments so that I get as much pain delivered to him as possible. We're going to make our most painful general do it as well. So go and take them on and then head back. Actually, no, you stay just in case there are more Otto freaks waiting around for me. Show superiority wars are really good if you do indeed show superiority. Okay, let's be breathing down our own necks here. Okay, that wasn't nearly as much war score as I was expecting, but what can you do? Get yourselves back away from the front lines here. One can even go to Pisa, the other to Siena. Just take a step back. There's no reason for us to lose this war. We're doing very, very well thanks to some battles there, but that's only because we have the military tech advantage. Dusty is asking us what our ideas are. We went exploration, then aristocratic, then administrative, then we dropped exploration in favor of diplomatic, and that is the reason that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 diplomats. Of course, a couple of policies help out there as well. I desperately need to get stronger armies, so I will likely go for offensive, seems most fitting. But I do like quality, and I kind of like the idea of quantity as well. Has a quality of its own. Okay, so Castile have finally done me the favour of piecing out. That's probably the end of our relationship, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. They're still friendly towards me, so let's try and keep those royal ties, keep the improved relations, and see if we can't get that alliance back. I didn't treat them too badly, and they are pretty strong courtesy of all this land they have. I just don't know if they would continue to help me in wars. Let's test that. Well, they wouldn't help... They would not help Savoy if I were to attack Savoy. Neither would Great Britain. This coalition war could actually be a great opportunity for me to fight Savoy in next year. Okay, that's how we'll view it. Assuming Castile still aren't on board with defending them. Defensive war, da-da-da. Oh, their malevolence is helping. So is their debt and their attitude towards me. We'll see what can be done on that front, but we need to win this war, win the war against Aragon, who is sadly feeling very happy about himself. Why is that? Oh, right, yeah, things do look a lot better for Aragon these days. Even if I wasn't asking for much, he'd think things are going well. However, we have distinct advantages. We have tech, military tech over him, and we have control of the war goal, and that's going to tick up for another 17 in our favour. If we let the war drag on a bit, we may well win this quite handsomely. This is not so handsome, though. The Ottomans are sieging down Treviso. I should let them. Treviso is not such an important site that I need to kill every living, breathing PRoman over it. If it falls and they come further into my lands, fine. I can pick them off with my superior tech, as long as I have it, and just coast my way to a victory with ticking war score. Or so I believe. I could be wrong, but let's go with what we believe here. Let's pay down the war exhaustion and consider any cores we want to make. Should probably focus on the really expensive provinces. Oh, but they're all filthy heathens. You are not, though, so that's good enough reason to make you a full core. Full gore. Everybody's favourite character out of Crivens. It's not Mortal Kombat. Killer Instinct. That's it. That could have sounded a lot smoother if I'd known what I was talking about. Let's maintain a diplomat on Castile right now. I used to maintain one on France, but I threw my toys out of the crib with that one. Didn't Jake take that fort precisely as a bottleneck to have a fight in? Yes and no. It's a bottleneck to catch people in, not necessarily to fight in. If the odds don't look good, I won't take the fight. It can still delay people, and then by the time they make it over here, I'll have defensive edicts and good forts here, and the time will have passed to... Oh, don't think I didn't see that. Aragon is coming into Nice. Ottomans are going into Alberga. That's really not good news for me. That's all pretty bad news for me. Still, we gotta work with what we've got, even if it's not the best. Let's march up and be ready to do horrible things to them. They'll be in Nice on the 6th, Alberga on the 4th, but it's the 6th of May and the 4th of June. I'm more concerned about the Aragonese troops landing it. Hello, Britain! Nice of you to arrive, but that's not the right kind of boats to use here. You're gonna get slaughtered. Why are they sending in their useless transports? Bring the heavies! Don't defend the Irish Sea. Certainly don't defend the Moray Firth. Save your loyal ally, Prome. I won't even full annex you by the end of this campaign. Show me some love. Still, I should be a little grateful that he's delaying the Ottomans there. The Aragonese are going to be in Albenga on the 4th of June. I should be there as a bit of a surprise for them. Let's just get over here. Let's not worry about the increased attrition. Oh man, I need you to not lose the battles, even the sea battles. They're not as important, but... Okay, let's see if we can't go over there and give him what's for. Hopefully he doesn't change his mind. He could, his boats could just sail away. His troops are locked in, but that doesn't stop the boats just turning away. Don't like how messed up my troops are, but after the next tick of attrition... Well, not attrition. Reinforcements still exceed attrition right now. Let's shift consolidate, and let's also rename Romagna to PRoman, because occasionally you need a bit of relief during these, I wouldn't say stressful wars, but certainly not exactly relaxing wars. He's not willing to give up much right now because he thinks he's making gains. I may have to march on Aragon to seal the deal in this war. But he's getting a touch exhausted, and he'll be even more exhausted when I wipe out his pathetic army that just took a 2 crossing and 1 terrain penalty. That's what you get for landing straight on me without a leader as well. So this is an excellent fight for us to take, and we have lots of cannons to blow his mind. I don't think he'll even survive to retreat. Well, that turns things around a bit. How do you feel about that peace deal now? A bit more favourable. There's an option for me to actually march on Aragon right now. He also has rebels popping up at the moment. Revolts in Aragon is a +10 right now. But we've got a lot of minus, probably because I'm demanding way over... Nah, he still thinks he's making gains. Relative strength is pretty big there. Marching on Aragon is a bit of a ballsy move right now, given how wrapped up we are in this coalition war. But I'm not convinced they'll make any real headway into my country, and if I make peace with Aragon, I just see it as an all-round good thing to do. More like Aragon. Watch out for too much overextension, Jake. We're alright on the overextension front. We have none of it, after all. Unless you mean overextending myself, because that's a very real concern. 334 is fine, but I would love to have the siege individual here. There also is the idea that I could march straight on Valencia. After all, I did rout Aragon's army, and if I took his capital, that would be the end of the war. Yeah, I think that's something worth doing. If the Ottomans do something particularly nasty to me, then so be it, but... Oh, well, the Portuguese and the Castilians just broke their marriage. Could be that they don't love each other quite so much. Castile is now hostile towards Portugal. That should sink that alliance. So we might have stirred up enough trouble to make it worth our while around there. The Aragon greed is getting stronger. I can't deny that. But sometimes you've got to do what you got to do. Oh no, no, Britain, don't lose those battles. You can win in Calais, but just look at those Ottomans and Venetians ready to pounce on you. Well, while that's going on, let's enjoy some... Hard to say no to some floating batteries, because we do... When we're not fighting naval powers, we have pretty good superiority on the seas. This is good. Britain are taking that fight. That should be another +4 war score to us. You know, they got to win first, but they should. 31 war score becomes 34 war score. Thank you, Britain. In fact, the only lost battle has been on the seas, which is very nice, and makes peace a lot more of a prospect in that war. But I'm gonna have to drag this coalition war out if I want to take brutal advantage of Savoy, and I kind of want to take brutal advantage of Savoy. That relies on Castile continuing to not want to join them, but I'm nasty enough to go for that. I can't make my claim on Venice, even though I spent forever getting my spy network on them. He's also mobilizing against me. Also, the British are a bit too deep in Otto friends there. They could end up costing me too much in this war. Oh, well, look who's not so happy to be at war anymore. It's Aragon. And he's soon to be Aragon. Let's get greedy, though. I really want to march on his capital. I see the Venetians fighting back. That's not a problem. We'll just win the battles. What's war exhaustion looking like for your coalition enemies? 11 for Hainaut, unsurprisingly, because they've been sieged up. Same for Venice. The Ottomans are fine. I'm also okay, as are England and co. Alright, hopefully I don't run into any Oh no, we have rebels working on Valencia. I don't really want to fight them, but if I do, that's going to increase our our process on Valencia. So let's go for it. I want to make Aragon absolutely out of the picture. Unfortunately, rebels want to rise up in Tuscany and Ferrara, and I just removed my forts there. That is a bit of a regret, but one I'll have to live with. I could get my 10 to 1, but there's not much point in delaying what we're doing here. I should, however, be mindful of... Let's just grab a couple of you folks, give you our true leader, and have you come in so that we can have the extra siege as well. Because I want all the siege we can get on Aragon. And let's try our hand at besieging him. Aragon's fleet is pretty mighty, but he might be scared of my heavies. Might. He also might not. Okay, amazingly, the British are stomping the Ottomans here. But the Ottomans have heavy reinforcements coming in. That's the Ottomans that have no leader. The Ottomans still have the discipline advantage. But if the English can cripple these guys... Oh, wow, what a win. What a real win. I'm close to getting peace here. I don't want peace, but it's good to have it in the bag. Good. Let's just have you guys arrive a little later in case you get 10 to 1. There we go. This should... They've made 2 progress on this. I should be able to make even more progress on it. And then I will take his capital and peace out Aragon, and then focus myself entirely on the coalition war. You could give land to England to thank them for helping you. I could also not. And I know which I prefer. Fighting somebody's rebels for them is always something I certainly don't enjoy doing. But look at Valencia. It has 2 progress. When I wipe out these rebels, it's going to go up to still 2. Well, what a shame. Let's blow those walls away and take it for ourselves. No, England. No. Don't cost me any war score. PU over GB'd be nice. No, I don't want PUs. If it's over some crummy small country, fine. But if I get a big PU like England or Russia or France, I just ditch it. I don't like playing with big PUs. Coming from me, perhaps, but it still feels cheap. Okay, so I lost a ton of war score just because 2,000 Englishmen died. However, Valencia is mine, and without even waiting for that battle to commence, I think we should press on into Iberia. Oh, that's expensive, isn't it? We don't need all of this, though. I mean, I could just take one of these islands, or I could just take a fat stack of cash. It all goes to me now. And I tell you, 1,020 ducats right now would go a long way. That was a pretty big win, as the luck man himself would say. Be careful of overextension, Jake. I'll be careful. Don't you worry, girly. Let me consult with my... Pardon me. With my order in which I need to take land, because I am looking to have historical growth of Rome here. I took mainland Italy south of Lucca. Great. Next up I had to take Sardinia and Sicily. We're doing that. After that is northern Italy and Iberian eastern and southern coastlines. So there's no problem with us getting a bit of a head start on that, since we're now taking these islands. Still though, he doesn't want me to have much of this. I'd quite like Ibiza, personally. Maybe that's just because I'm British. But we could put our good friends, the Aragonese, under a bit more pressure, and I think they would cave in. We would just need to start besieging their lands. Hopefully his army doesn't pop out and crush me. If they do, I'm making swift peace. I don't want to... Oh, right, yeah, the navy. Oops. I don't like that naval battle. I need to unhave that naval battle. Alright, the Ottomans are now coming in thick and fast, which is bad news for me. I might not be able to take advantage of this war to declare war on Savoy. Might be a pie-in-the-sky dream, but I would really like a situation where... No, we should persevere. Until the Ottomans get Tech 15, then I start worrying and getting cold feet. But before then, we persevere. I'm 100% losing this naval battle, so I'd rather not be... Well, no, we won, amazingly. With that, they should give up exactly what I want, which is all of this. I'll be honest, I'd like some war reparations on top of it, but I need to focus on the other war quite a bit. So we'll take all this, we'll begin the immense process of coring it. We'll appreciate that not a lot of people like what we're doing, including Castile. I think friendship with Castile is shot, which means Castile would protect Savoy, which is a bit of a problem. A bit of a big problem, but let's just be aggressive, be aggressive. Taking Ibiza gives me the range to start doing horrible things to Aragon. Downside is, it takes a while to core this land, doesn't it? It takes a while to get the admin power to core this land, doesn't it? I need a bit more. Unfortunately, we don't drown in admin, but this is going to have to do. Alright, that was great fun, Aragon. Let's get ourselves over to Montpellier, where we have a bit of supply limit, and try to save our own country from disaster. I could get white peace in this coalition war, and it's very greedy of me not to do that. Castile would defend Savoy despite malevolence. It's difficult finding a way to fight Savoy without my two former friends joining in. Also, Castile, they really want to love me, but we just don't have that kind of relationship. If only I knew Poland. Hang on, I know France. I could get my alliance back with Castile if it meant that much to me, and it kind of does. Even though I just screwed them over and they lost land to Aragon, they're useful to have. They're still big and fairly strong. And, you know, they got all this. So let's send a scornful insult to France. That'll keep Castile just liking me enough. The dreadful state of your country is a warning to all would-be rulers. And then, oh god, I need my diplomats back on the double. Well, this guy will be back in 7 days, but you'll be back in 4. 3, 2, 1. I need Castile not to go super angry against me. So if we make peace with Hainaut, sadly I can't really get a lot out of them. I'd love to have a longer truce with them. 15 ducats is all we're looking at getting here. Can you steal match from Ottomans for Europe? Yes, but it's quite good that I don't know about them, because that contains the aggressive expansion. We'll grab those staggering 6 ducats, and this is a good opportunity for me to get friendly with the Ottomans again. And then as soon as I have another free diplomat, in 210 days, we go to Castile. They still like us, and we can get that alliance back. They probably won't save me anytime soon, but it's just good to have people like that that are outside of the, oh god, going to coalition meosphere. It also gives us a bit of breathing room, and we need to desperately make friendly with the Ottomans. We can push them out of this. But we can, so let's improve relations with them, and let's continue getting our claims on the boys Savoy. Quite like Nice, so let's have Nice. Jake, would Russia ally you? Russia would not ally me, but they don't hate my guts. That's with 100 improved relations, though. Yeah, distance, rival to Great Britain, neutral, diplomat. Yeah, it's not looking good. It would be great, though, because it would drive a spike between the Ottomans and Russia. Which is rather nice from my perspective. Time for me to label people as people that I don't like. If I do the Ottomans, I could guarantee them being my enemy. So if I did Russia... I don't know anything about Poland, but Poland are clearly big enough to be Russia's enemy. Pointing the finger at the Ottomans just seems so risky considering how much they want to coalition me. Maybe better just keep this space blank, or we do it to France and we just throw out any idea of not having France as an enemy. Yeah, we'll do it to France. I'm gonna miss that opportunity for insulting France for PP, but it's okay. I lost 2 heavies in that war, but the fact that we survived the Ottoman onslaught is something to be said. However, that won't last forever. We're not popular guys in Europe here. France dishonored with Denmark. Who's attacking Denmark now? The British. British conquest of the Faroes. It's a very good thing we didn't maintain the alliance with the Danes then. Alright, how am I going to get into Savoy and Milan then?